Sunita Williams stuck in space. 2 months on. NASA has no solutions? 8-day mission turns into nightmare. 2 astronauts face massive risks. Threat of radiation exposure. What are the challenges Williams faces? What caused crisis in space? Another astronomical Boeing debacle? Starliner astronauts stuck in space till 2025? All eyes on International Space Station. When will iconic astronaut return home? NASA astronauts Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore's trip to the International Space Station has turned into a nightmare. The return from the 8-day trip has now been extended indefinitely. This has raised serious concerns about the health and well-being of the astronauts. As their extended mission continues, both astronauts are at risk of facing several significant health challenges due to the harsh environment of space. Williams and Wilmore's prolonged mission began when a small helium leak was detected in the Boeing Starliner spacecraft. The problem had initially reportedly seemed manageable. However, the situation worsened as more leaks were discovered, coupled with the failure of 5 crucial thrusters. Despite efforts to manage these issues, the situation has left Williams and Wilmore stranded in space far longer than anticipated. One of the most significant health risks faced by astronauts on extended space missions is radiation exposure. While orbiting approximately 400 kilometers above Earth aboard the International Space Station, astronauts are exposed to much higher levels of radiation. This is primarily due to the absence of Earth's protective atmosphere on the ISS. Reports indicate that during their extended stay, Williams and Wilmore could be exposed to radiation levels equivalent to 150 to 6,000 chest X-rays. Such high exposure levels increase the risk of developing radiation-related health issues, including cancer and other serious conditions. Another major concern for the astronauts is the impact of prolonged exposure to zero gravity on their bodies. On Earth, gravity helps maintain bone density and muscle mass through regular physical activity. However, in the microgravity environment of space, these natural exercises are absent, leading to the loss of bone density and muscle atrophy. Studies have shown that astronauts can lose up to 1.5% of their bone density per month in space. This loss not only increases the risk of fractures, but also affects physical performance and overall fitness. Additionally, prolonged exposure to microgravity can cause changes in motor control, speech, and sensory perceptions, including smell, taste, and balance. The psychological impact of extended space missions is another critical concern. Astronauts face the challenge of coping with isolation, confined living spaces, and being far from Earth and their loved ones for extended periods. These conditions can lead to stress, anxiety, and depression, all of which can affect the mental health and overall well-being of the astronauts. NASA claims to be actively evaluating contingency plans to ensure the safe return of the astronauts. One option under consideration is using SpaceX's Dragon spacecraft for a rescue mission. Dragon spacecraft, developed by SpaceX, has been successfully used in previous missions and could provide a reliable alternative to bring the astronauts back to Earth.